Hey, there we are live. I am a little bit late and I'm sorry about that. And today our winning role is smart worker. Okay, not hard worker, although that is a plus. If you play the role hard worker and smart worker, you're going to make a lot of progress. However, smart worker is what I want you to think about today. That's a role that you want to play in your life. You don't want to put in effort inefficiently. You want to figure out what's going to give you the best rewards, the highest and best use of your time. Write that down. You want to use you will always want to be devoting your energies to the highest and best use of your time. So to be a smart worker, not just a hard worker, there's a lot of people who are hard workers, and at the end of the day, they're not so happy. When it comes time to retire, the picture doesn't look so rosy. Okay, they worked hard their whole career, but they didn't necessarily work smart. So we need to figure out what is a role that leads to the role of smart worker is wise planner. All right, so that's the key. The key is that you have to be a wise planner. And guess what? You have to be a strong goal setter to get to wise planner. It all starts with your goals. Actually, you know where it starts? It starts with your mind, your desire, and your faith. So, what you have desire and faith in, obviously, that is where you start and you set your goals. You set your goals and you're a strong goal setter. You're a confident goal setter. You're a faith filled goal setter. Okay, those are all great roles. So, when you set your goals, they're going to be strong. So, what's the next role? The next role is wise planner. You got to figure out how you're going to get from where you're at right now to achieving your goals. So, what's the plan? What's the steps along the way that have to be accomplished in order to reach your plan? I don't want you to just throw a bunch of hard work. I don't want you to just pour like 10 hours a week into this thing and not think it through. So that's why you got to be a wise planner. You got to make sure that your efforts are going to be rewarded, that you are taking efficient action. So that's the key is I want you to think about this, think about those roles. First of all, let's be a confident goal setter. Have high expectations as a goal setter. If you don't have high expectations for yourself, who's going to have high expectations for you? And if you don't have high expectations for your life, you're not going to have a great life. If you have high expectations, you have a chance to live up to those high expectations and have a wonderful life. So I want you to set high expectations, strong goals, be a strong goal setter, and then be a wise planner. And that is not just long-term plans. I mean, you're figuring out all the action steps, but part of planning is plugging your action steps into your role schedule or into your schedule. Now I use what I call a role schedule. What is that? It just has my action step, and then next to it on another column I write down what roles I'm going to play to execute those action steps, whatever action step is on the schedule. So it's a pretty simple schedule. It just has the action, the time, the action step. It's broken down by half hours from 9 to 9:30. This is, my action steps, and these are the roles I'm going to play. All right, so it's pretty simple. So I want to be when I'm making up my role schedule, then I'm being a wise planner. I'm planning my day. And then when I'm executing it, I'm a smart worker. Okay, but if you have a smart plan, doesn't that kind of make you a smart worker? Yeah, it's almost like you want to be a smart planner and a hard worker. So long as you have smart plans, somewhere along the line, you got to be smart. You got to make smart plans. And then actually, you don't necessarily have to be a smart worker if you were a smart planner. You can be a hard worker. You can just pour yourself into achieving those action steps and accomplishing those tasks. So let's think about what roles we're going to play today. Let's play happy. Let's play happy wanderer, happy traveler. Let's play loving mom or dad. Let's play caring family member. Let's give some love to some of our family members. So let's play lots of winning roles today. On Friday, I'm going to go over the 5 winning roles that you need in life. So there's 5 roles that you need to be a winner in life. And if you can play these 5 roles, and I'm going to go over them on Friday, then you will live a very happy and successful life. Okay. And one of them is strong provider. Okay. When I say strong provider, you have to provide for yourself, not just your family, but you got to provide for yourself, and not just money, but love and caring and tender loving care as well. So that's one of them is being, and a smart planner. Being a smart planner is also crucial for success. So, hey, great to see you, Jennifer. Awesome. So guys, really listen back to this one. There's a lot of really great information. I really want you to be a smart worker, but I really want you to be a smart planner and a hard worker. So think about those roles today and let's get her done. Now, how do you be a hard worker? How do you make sure you're a hard worker? You put plenty of work on your day and your schedule, and then you accomplish it all. You stay focused on it. You don't start getting distracted by temptations and wasting a bunch of time. So you stay focused on your schedule. All right, you know the secret of success is stick to your schedule, but of course you have to make a schedule in order to stick to it. So it only takes about 5 hours a week, not even that, to have a successful side real estate business. You only need to have a few rentals to be successful, and you could buy a few rentals this year. Okay, if you keep following me and watching what I'm teaching you guys. So thank you, Jennifer, and smart planner and hard worker. Yes, I always capitalize my roles though. So smart planners put a capital initial caps. So capital H and a capital W for hard worker, because that's your role. Sometimes you need to just be a hard worker, put your head down and get something done when you know it needs to get done and you're the one who's doing it. You just got to get her done. Okay, so what's your affirmation? That would be an affirmation. What's an affirmation for hard worker? I get her done. You know, and then you can think of a different gesture. Remember, your triggers, you always have a trigger trio to snap you into these roles. So how do you snap into hard worker automatically? You think of an image, a trigger image of you working hard probably, or somebody you know working really hard, a good role model. You use an affirmation. I love working hard. I love devoting myself and getting her done. I love to get her done. So all those are good affirmations for hard worker. And then your image, and then your gesture. So whatever my fallback, you know that, guys, is I raise my arms, but you can think of specific gestures to that particular role that's specific to you. So that's what I want you guys to think about. All right, so let's play great roles. Let's play winning roles today. Let's have a winning life. Let's have a winning day. And I will see you guys back here on Friday. Awesome. So what are we going to do? What's our affirmation for today? I talked about a smart worker. Okay, let's talk about hard worker. I get her done. Let's do that one. That sounds like fun. Okay, 3 times on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I get her done. I get her done. I get her done. Yes, I was raised in Minnesota, so I'm not much of a Southern boy, but I can do that accent. I get her done. Oh, yeah. So, guys, now 3 deep breaths. Nice. Inhale and hold it and let it go. Okay, another inhale. Hey, good job, Jennifer. I love working hard. Good job. Another one. And so long as you're working smart, you know what? Nobody likes to work hard when you feel like your work is not being appreciated or not going towards your goals. If you feel like you're working hard, but it's not leading towards realizing your goals, then it's frustrating, isn't it? So that's why we got to be a smart planner before we're a hard worker. Okay. I get her done. Okay. Good job, Jennifer. All right, guys, one more breath. Did I do 3? I got lost in there. All right, great job. Don't forget to do your deep breathing today. That'll invigorate you and give you some energy to get her done. All right, till I see you on Friday. Keep expecting success, getting awesome training, living winning roles with the Wolf Couple, and taking action. Okay, see you Friday.